In today's video, I'm going to show you one of the best ways to make money with your Cricut vinyl cutter, specifically the Cricut Explore Air 2. It's 2025, we're about to go into 2026, and you might be wondering if it's still useful, can you still buy it, is it still worth it? Yes, 100% completely. We'll go over all that in this video, so that way if you're looking to buy one, at least you know it's still worth it. In this video, we're going to be creating rhinestone transfers with our Cricut, and we're going to be able to make hats just like this. This is our project for the day. This is an all over print. We did this, with literally our Cricut design space and everything that you're gonna see in this video, and it's all available down below in the description, so that way you're not looking for everything. If you have any questions during this process of this video, leave them in the comment section and I'll make sure to get back to you. The details in this hat is like crazy. I'm super excited with how it came out. It actually came out way better than I expected. I'm really excited to show you guys how to do it yourselves. So like I said, I got you with all the info that you need. Let's get right into this video. All right, so you're gonna click down below, head over to my website, and down here you're gonna grab all the rhinestone supplies. Right here you can see the rhinestone starter kit, has the tape flock, some stones, a scraper, scissors, brush tool, tweezers, and then right here we have some SVG files. You can get the SVG files individually, but it's a better deal if you just grab them. In this video, we're going to be using elements from the Y2K Rhinestone SVG pack. This one has 100 variations and multiple sizes of each one, so that way you're able to customize and be able to choose the right size for all of your projects. This one is super dope. It pairs well with the alphabet one. In this video we're going to be using this one. So when you purchase this, the download gets immediately sent to your email, so you're going to go ahead and download that, and when you do, this is what you have. These are all the individual files. You have a preview of all of them, so that way you know exactly which ones are in there and all that good stuff. If you have any questions about this part right here, you can always email me, send me messages, all that good stuff. But these are what we're going to be dragging into our vinyl cutter software. They're perfectly sized, ready to go. You don't have to do anything. So we're going to go ahead and also don't forget to unzip this. When you get this folder, you're going to have to unzip this. See how it's still kind of zipped. You're also going to get instructions, so you'll be able to tag along and read the instructions, but you can always reach out if you have any issues. I always take care of everybody when it comes to that. So now we're in Cricut design space, so we're going to go ahead and hit upload. This is design number 27. We're going to add to canvas, and what's cool about this is you can always ungroup. That's what we're going to do, because I need to actually separate these. This is just a preference. You don't have to do this. I'm actually doing this for this specific one. I just need to break these apart, just because I want them on separate flocks, so it'll just be easier for me. But we're gonna go ahead and multiply this 7 times. That way I can just let's do this. Let's do that one more time. All right, there we go. So what we're gonna go ahead and do now is go ahead and add a shape. We're gonna go ahead and make this blue, and then we're gonna go ahead and send backward. Send to the back. Boom, there we go. We can actually we can just duplicate that. Same thing right here. Now we're gonna just go ahead, highlight, combine, Oh, actually, we have to do individually. Sorry, that's my fault. We're doing individually. Subtract. Same thing here. Highlight, combine, subtract. And there you go. Those are the stencils. So now we can go ahead and hit make. And just go ahead and send this to the vinyl cutter. If you have any questions up to this point, you can go ahead and leave it in the comment section or reach out. You don't have to mirror this because this is rhinestone flock, but that is exactly how we're going to go ahead and create the stencil. And this is going to be the same steps for all of the elements within that pack that was on my website, the Y2K pack. So let's go ahead and go on to the next step. And like I said, any questions, leave them in the comment section and I got you. All right, so I connected my Cricut Explorer 2 via Bluetooth. If it asks you for the code when trying to connect with Bluetooth, it's going to be 0000. I do rely on Bluetooth. It doesn't really mess up on me, but it has. So keep that in mind that it's like, I would say like 95% reliable, meaning like 5% of your cuts are probably going to get messed up. And it has messed up on me when cutting rhinestone flock, and rhinestone flock is more expensive. So that's the risk you run when, you know, doing the Bluetooth. For me, I get annoyed and I hate connecting my wires across the room, so I'll use Bluetooth, but I do run that risk. So if you want to avoid that risk, just go ahead and, you know, use the wire, the USB, and you'll be good. So we're gonna go ahead and load our rhinestone flock. So when you're loading this, you want to make sure you don't have any bubbles, because those bubbles could potentially mess up your needle. You know, if it hits like a section that has some bubbles, you could potentially have some problems. So just do it real slow and you should be good. If you have any questions so far, leave them in the comment section. And these mats are actually from Dollar Tree. I've used them for I would say about a good 8 months. I have like 6 of them. They work pretty good. So run to your local Dollar Tree and, you know, you might come up on some of these mats. So for the needle pressure, I have it set to Poster Board Plus. Poster Board can work as well. I do recommend you do like a small test cut, because you don't know what type of dullness you have on your needle. Because if you have a brand new needle, Poster Board or Poster Board Plus could work. But if you have like a bad needle or it's not pushed down all the way, you could have issues. So before you do any large projects, always cut a small piece so you know where your Cricut vinyl cutter needle is at. But typically, 99% of my projects I've kept it on Poster Board and Poster Board Plus, and I've always had successful projects go through. So we're gonna go ahead and load up the mat, and then we're gonna just go ahead and tap the Cricut button, and it's gonna start cutting. It's gonna take a few minutes, maybe a minute or two, not too bad. I believe that the Cricut Explorer Era 3 and 4 are out now, but honestly, this Cricut Explorer 2 does what I needed to, and it is budget friendly. So, you know, just keep that in mind if you're looking at a Cricut Explorer 2. The software still runs, it still connects to the computer, all that good stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and let this cut, and then we'll come back when it's fully done. But you know, the rhinestone flock is available in the description, but if you grab the starter kit, it's all in there as well. So, you know, if you have any questions about that, leave them in the comment section, and I will see you when this is done. All right, so now that the vinyl cutter's done, this is what we're left with. And these are perfectly sized for SS10 rhinestones. If I didn't already mention that, I just want to make sure you guys are fully aware. I would say most of the files that I create are going to be SS10 just because they're the most common. You're going to see these the most. They're going to be the easiest to work with. So we're going to just go ahead and add our stones. As you can see, they fall right into place. And I'm actually doing this with my bad hand because I have a broken finger right now, as you can see. Kind of a crazy story. Let me know if you want to hear about it. Maybe I'll do a vlog. This pretty crazy story. But if any get left behind, just go ahead and use some tweezers and you'll be able to just place them back in. So that's the outline. It's going to be the silver. Now we're going to go ahead and do the inside. And the inside, I'm just doing multicolor. I'm doing like a bunch of colors. It's going to be like all over the hat. It's going to look super dope. Boom, there we go. Okay, we just missed one. Boom, perfect. All right, now I cut the transfer tape that I needed. Remember, try to do this in one motion so none of the stones get messed up. I just noticed there was an extra one. Good thing I saw it before I pressed this down. Perfect. And there you go. I like to brush them a little bit just to make sure all the stones are touching the transfer tape, so when I lift it, it'll come right up. Oh, made a little mess there. All right, now we're gonna just go. There's actually another stone that I missed. I think it's because I'm filming. You guys are making me nervous. All right, let's go. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, it's all fully lined up. Go ahead and press it. Oh man, I'm making a mess. Like I said, just gotta make sure they're all touching. That way when we lift it, they all come up. And then we're just gonna go ahead and lift slow to make sure they all came up. See how one didn't? We're gonna press this back down and just go ahead and touch it. Boom, see how it came up? And boom, just like that. Now we can just go ahead and cut the excess. And like I said, I'm just gonna make a bunch of these, all a bunch of different colors. And this can go on more than just a hat. I might put these on some pants. Like it'll elevate most pieces, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna go ahead and make the rest of these and just get multicolor, and then from there we're gonna go ahead and go over to the hat press and start applying them. But if you have any questions so far up to this point, let me know. And like I said, all of this stuff is included in the starter kit. You're gonna get the rhinestone flock, the transfer tape, the brush tool, the scraper, some scissors, some tweezers. And you know, if you buy the starter kit and you need access to some of the files, just let me know. Email me. I'll send you some files for free. That way, you know, you can get started. I just want to make sure I take care of the people who support me. So if you grab a starter kit and haven't bought any SVG files, or you want access to some of the new ones, just let me know. Shoot me your order number and I'll take care of you. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments section and I will see you at the next step. All right, so I started adding them already. I put them all over. I'm gonna add one more right here in the middle of the embroidery. That way you guys can see how I have been doing it. I am gonna be using a Cricut hat press. With the Cricut version, I'm able to actually go all the way around the hat, and you know, just have mobility around all of it. That's how I'm able to do this. That's why I just, you know, upgraded to this one, because I had a regular clamshell style and honestly I hated it. Plus this little I don't know, it feels like a beanbag or whatever that it comes with is extremely helpful. It is like a game changer. So, I'm just letting you know that I prefer this Cricut hat press. All right. We have our transfer. I have the hat press set to 335 degrees. That's typically the average temp you need to make sure the stones adhere properly. All right. We're going to go ahead and add our Teflon. The Teflon is just to make sure it adds a little bit extra layer of protection. All right, we're going to apply pressure for 10 to 15 seconds or so. And then after this, we're going to slowly peel the transfer just to make sure all the stones adhere properly. So we're going to go ahead and do a couple more seconds. All right, let's see. And remember, like I said, we're going to peel slow just to make sure all of the stones adhered. And there we go. We were able to do it in one shot. Let's go ahead and do one more for about 5 to 10 seconds just to make sure it doesn't fall off at any point. And that should be good. There we go. And if you have any questions at this point, you know what I mean, leave them in the comment section, email me, DM me on Instagram, all that good stuff. I'm going to give you some better angles. That way you can, check out the final results. This, was all created with the Rhinestone starter kit. So make sure you go ahead and grab that. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. And let's hit it with the outro.